Hey guys, how's it going? Jobo here. It's been a little while since I've put something out on my YouTube, but I wanted to talk about the new announcement for Gungrave G.O.R.E because I'm not sure if you guys saw, but it's now getting a Switch port, and I'm very happy to hear that news that they've been working on the game. They announced a little while ago that it's also got very positive reviews on Steam now, so the game's doing the best it has been since launch, and I'm very happy to see that. I just wanted to really put out a video and say thanks and a good job to Studio Iggymob for working on the game, and I know I haven't really been consistent with my content. This can't really be put on me being burnt out on the game. I would love to just play Gungrave G.O.R.E endlessly, and when that Switch port comes out, you know I'll be on that, buying that, and be sinking so many hours into that. It's just my actual job outside of in real life is very time consuming. Without saying too much, it's it ties into people's education uptime. So when students are going back to university or going back to college, my shifts increase basically, and yeah, so because of that I've been very busy, and I've also been working on some real life stuff. I'm trying to do a course on becoming a teacher, I'm trying to work on my theory test, and I'm having to work on some stuff for my current job as well. So I apologise for the long overdue video on all of this, but yeah, I want to talk about Gungrave a little bit because the game's gotten a fair few patches since I last really went into detail on it. Bungie got made playable on all maps. He's a lot of fun, very overpowered. It's basically Virgil mode, but it's end because it's after you beat the game. But yeah, he's very busted. I love using him and just completely wiping the floor with the entire level around me. It's Bungie gameplay you'll be seeing in this video. I'm just recording this beforehand, but yeah, there's not really much really to say. They tweaked a bunch of the gameplay, both for better and worse in places. I feel like they kind of balanced it a little too much in favor of the player now. With when playing as Grave particularly, you can literally I've been experimenting, and you can literally go through half the boss fights and levels just mashing R2. You don't even really need to use demolition shots anymore, but that's fine. I hope that this new patch, this new Ultimate Edition, I think it's called, I can't remember what they named it. It's a new edition of the game anyway on the Switch, but yeah, they added a couple new systems that I could see from the gameplay. There was some multiplier on the screen and a couple of other things, and I hope that they're enough to kind of revamp the gameplay and give the game a bit new spice to it. I hope that one thing that I'm really hoping is that it's a multiple platform patch and it's not just a Switch exclusive. That's something that was I actually asked them about on Twitter, but I pretty much got a thank you for your support reply, which I'm glad they replied. I'm happy that they reached out and thanked me for my support and said yeah, but yeah, I would have really liked an answer on that, and I hope that it gets well, it will come out in the future, whether it's just a Switch thing or a multiple console thing. Either way, I will still buy the Switch port, and I will probably play it because my boy Rockabilly's back, and I need to play as him again. I hope that G.O.R.E also comes back in the future update. That'd be cool. I've been seeing a lot of people going, alright, Rockabilly's back, where's G.O.R.E? I hope that he's back, but we'll see what happens. But I'm glad that the game's turning around anyway, and I just really wanted to talk about this because honestly, Gungrave is just like, it's one of my favorite franchises I've gotten into still. Like, I've seen like a lot of franchises I like kind of fall off a lot recently. Like, it's been hard, but like Gungrave, like getting a big resurgence has been kind of a little like ray of hope that you know, sometimes things can come back and for the better, and I'm really glad that that's been the case with Gungrave. And honestly, like none of that could be possible without Studio Iggymob. Like these guys are champions, right? Like the game had like probably one of the roughest launches, but these guys, they just cracked down in their studio and they just worked on the game, and like it's great for me as like as a fan of the game. And honestly, like it's overwhelming to see like when people actually care about the product that they're putting out, and you know, it's a rare thing to see, and like it makes me kind of sad when I see like a lot of like, especially the AAA industry and the way a lot of their games go. Like that, a lot of games are just not that good on release, or they just get dumped. Like Marvel Avengers is a good example. That game was just really bland to play for people, and yeah, they never like resolved the gameplay issues. It was just repetitive mess for people. The online required way too much time, and Square Enix just dumped it. And the worst part is Square Enix are now trying to like blame, like, I'm not sure it's Square Enix or the articles I've been reading, but like there's this narrative that it's happened since FF16 release with no mention of those games. It's like, okay, so you're trying to spin the FF16 as damaging the core company, but that's a whole other tangent. I'm sorry. This video is like probably going on long enough, but yeah, like honestly, thanks Iggymob. Like honestly, sincerely, like I'm really glad that you guys are cracking on and working at this game, and I personally like really enjoyed it at launch anyway. Like it had its issues, like the platforming sections, and I think that this game on launch was still in a much better state than a lot of AAA games were on launch, and I honestly find it really sad that like how blasted it got. And you know, like some YouTube playthroughs and stuff I watched like really upset me to watch. Like one example, Penguin Zero, Critical Charlie, whatever you know him as, he's got like a lot of pull when he says things, right? Like he's a big sort of, you know, what do they call them, drama YouTubers, whatever the sort. But he likes to talk about games, and he has this stream called 3 Bag Games, or he had. I don't really keep up with him too much nowadays, but like I watched his stream, and he actually seemed to be enjoying the first level, and like it felt like, yeah, like, you know, he was kind of vibing with it. And then some people from his chat were like, "Oh, this game is terrible" later on, and like he watched a video of like the train level which got patched, and then just said it looked terrible. For like he didn't experience it. He watched the video and just went, "Yeah, this looks terrible." I'm like, it's a really weird iffy ground for me when like I see stuff like that, when people go, "Oh, I saw this YouTube video and now my entire thing on this thing I've been enjoying is flipped." I just found that really weird and kind of upsetting, because, you know, I've been championing this game since launch, and I think it's honestly one of the best releases of 2022, and I think that more people definitely need to give this game a shot. Like if it's ever on sale, or if you ever think, if you trust me enough, honestly, it is worth every penny. It's not even a full priced game either. It's like 45 quid when most games usually 50. So, you know, it's a good price. But I've let the video run on long enough anyway, and yeah, I hope that Studio Iggymob keeps working on the game, or if we get a sequel that they'll be working on that. And Man, I'm literally recording this video, just putting my brain out there. Like it's a bit of a rant, a bit of a ramble. I honestly haven't really had time to sit down and edit anything together, which is why YouTube's been so barren. So that's why it's just gotta be raw gameplay with me talking. But honestly, I hope that I got my thoughts out there, and I really hope that Studio Iggymob keeps on chugging, and this game turns around, because I think that now that it's a very positive stage, I think people should start going back to it, and maybe trying to reevaluate it. But that's a hope in like an industry full of people who just kind of chill and play AAA stuff and indie stuff that might as well be AAA stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go get this video edited together to like a minor degree and then go pass out, and I will catch you guys later. This is G.O.R.E, and I don't have a saying or anything to finish off, so have a good night, I guess. I don't know. Alright, see ya.